Belle's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make my favorite Parmesan encrusted chicken. We're using boneless, skinless chicken breast. We're going to slice them in half horizontally, and we're going to encrust them in shredded Parmesan cheese and sizzle them up in some olive oil. Today we're going to use whole boneless, skinless chicken breast, and you can also use the whole boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And we're going to take our chicken and we're going to slice it in half horizontally. So let's get started. I've cleaned up these chicken breasts. I've eliminated the excess fat. And what you want to do is get you a nice fillet knife. So you're going to take your chicken breast and slice it horizontally. And you need a really good sharp fillet knife for this. The chicken will cook very quickly, and it will also cook uniformly. Chicken will cook much better, and it will stay nice and juicy on the inside as the outside cooks. Take your piece of chicken and just dredge it in flour. And the reason we do this is because the flour is what allows the egg wash to adhere to the chicken. Then you dip it in your egg wash, which is just 2 eggs. Just take your eggs and swirl them with a little water. Then we lay it in the Parmesan cheese. So the egg wash is what holds the Parmesan cheese on. So you need to have all of your steps set up. You want a plate of flour. You can put salt and pepper in the flour. Then you're going to dredge your chicken in the flour. You're going to dip it in the egg wash. Then you're going to lay it in your Parmesan cheese. Sometimes I use a combination of Romano and Parmesan. Transfer the chicken to the frying pan that has about 1/2 inch of olive oil in the bottom, and they're going to cook very quickly. When we sizzle this up in some olive oil, that cheese gets so crusty and so flavorful. And the other thing is this chicken stays so moist on the inside. Once the cheese gets a little crispy, the chicken is done. By slicing it in half, we don't have to worry about is the outside overcooked and the inside is undercooked. I poured about not quite 1/2 inch of oil in the bottom of my frying pan. Lay this chicken in here and it will sizzle up in no time. You can pat the cheese on there a little bit, and it's just such a nice piece of chicken. And there we go. We're not going to get this real hot. We're going to let it cook on about medium heat. And when the cheese gets real crispy, we'll flip this chicken. So let me go ahead and add the rest of the chicken. So just press that cheese on there. If some of it's falling off. You can add a little more of the cheese on top as it's cooking if you have some leftover cheese. So our chicken is sizzling up, and it's important just to take your spatula and just make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom. So it's very important when you're frying chicken that you don't overcrowd the pan. That just makes it more difficult to flip the chicken, and then it also cools the oil, and so it's not cooking the way it should. So it's time to flip this. You can see how nice and crispy the bottom has gotten, and I'm just going to take a pair of tongs, and I just hold that and flip it over. You can take a fork and hold your piece. Oh my God, that looks so good. So very carefully just pick that piece up, and you see how that cheese is so crusty and crispy. Yum. And look at that beautiful Parmesan cheese. So we're going to check the bottom of our chicken, and it came right off the pan very easily. That's how it looks. It's perfect. Perfect. Lay that on a platter with paper towel. Let's check our other piece. That is a beautiful piece of chicken, and it's going to taste even better than it looks. That's the best part of this. I use this for chicken parmigiana. I use this as my chicken tender recipe. Cooked all the way through, cooked to perfection. This chicken stays moist on the inside. It's moist and tender. The outside is a heavenly crust of crispy Parmesan cheese.